Self-pity in its early stage is as snug as a feather mattress. Only when it hardens does it become uncomfortable. That quote by Maya Angelou is so true. Hi, I'm Elisa Hayes, and this is Letters to My Daughter, a weekly podcast open to everyone, but particularly dedicated to mentoring women. I'm honored and delighted to devote these letters to daughters everywhere, so let's get right to it. When was the last time you felt sorry for yourself? Was it 5 months ago? 5 days ago? Maybe 5 minutes ago? It's a natural human response to feel sorry for ourselves at times. Things go wrong, and sometimes seemingly not our fault. I was hit by a semi-truck. That definitely was something worth feeling sorry for myself about, and I spent a lot of time trying to avoid feeling sorry for myself. In fact, sometimes we think we shouldn't ever feel sorry for ourselves, that self-pity is bad. Is that what you think? Do you think it's just wrong to feel sorry for yourself? Well, if you do, I have a bit of a different view. Maybe it is perfectly fine to feel sorry for yourself. Go ahead. Enjoy. See, I tried to avoid feeling sorry for myself for a long time. I wouldn't do it. I could see in my mind's eye this like black tar pit hole out there, and I tiptoed around the edges of it, terrified that if I got too close, I would get sucked in and I would never come back out again, much like the pits of despair in Princess Bride. If you've seen that movie. And if you haven't, you should. So I wouldn't feel sorry for myself. I just put on a smile, and I was a champ. I was tough, and people praised me for it. You actually get all kinds of kudos and praise, and aren't you amazing if you don't ever feel sorry for yourself. The problem is you're probably not being fully honest and really not fully human. So, as Maya Angelou said, it feels soft and cozy as a feather bed until it hardens. And then it doesn't. See, we talk about going to the pity party, right? Well, over time, I learned that if you try to completely avoid self-pity, you're just never, ever, ever going to feel sorry for yourself. What ends up happening is somewhere deep in the recesses of your brain, you know that is not honest. And so you rebel. At least a portion of your brain does. Will rebel and start getting louder and louder and replaying a storyline in your head that then you have to fight against because you're not feeling sorry for yourself, right? And we talk about you need to be grateful and you work harder at that. And the more you avoid one thing, actually the more energy you're giving to it. Let me say that again. The more you avoid something, you're pushing it away, which takes energy. That means you're giving an enormous amount of energy to something you don't want. So here's another perspective, another way you can think about it. It's okay to admit that sometimes things suck. That's okay. And it is okay to admit that sometimes you feel pretty sucky about it. That's okay too. So you can go to the pity party. You just have to remember you're only showing up for the appetizers and you have a curfew. You better not be late. You got to get home. Otherwise, as I like to think of it, God the Father's going to have something to say about you being late. So just go to the pity party. Give yourself a time limit. That's what I do now. When I feel sorry for myself, I'll just own it. Recently, I found out, I got a phone call after an ordinary dermatology exam. I found out that I have a basal cell carcinoma on my leg. It's cancer. It is the most common kind of cancer in the world, easily removed. In fact, just the other day, I went into the dermatology office and they do this whole kind of gruesome scrape and burn procedure. And it's fine. But when I got that call and I found out that I had cancer, just the word was scary to me because I'm a kidney transplant patient. That means I take immunosuppressive medications and I'm at a vastly higher risk of getting cancer because my immune system is suppressed. And I heard that word and it was scary. And I was just mad. I thought, oh, for crying out loud, have I not been through enough? I mean, really? So I was just mad. And then I felt guilty that I was mad because remember, I'm supposed to be all super grateful. I'm alive. I get to have these real life conversations with my daughter. I'm not supposed to feel sorry for myself. And then I thought, why not? Why not just feel sorry for myself for a little while? Not very long. Just go to the pity party, have the appetizers, a little chip and dip, and then go back home and call it good. So that's what I did. I wallowed in it for a little while, just long enough to enjoy that cozy feather bed. And then I went on back home. So, if you are feeling sorry for yourself a little bit, if you have sometime recently, or if you've been feeling sorry for yourself, but you're feeling guilty about feeling sorry for yourself, which, by the way, just makes it worse, then maybe pour yourself a glass of wine, just one, run a bubble bath, and settle in for nice, cozy, feeling sorry for yourself. Maybe talk to a trusted friend. Tell them, hey, I need somebody to listen to me feel sorry for myself for a little while and tell me that I'm okay, that I am completely justified in feeling sorry for myself for like 5 minutes. And then get on with it. In the words of Howard Schultz, in life, you can blame a lot of people and you can wallow in self-pity. Or you can pick yourself up and say, listen, I have to be responsible for myself. I'm Elisa Hayes, and this has been Letters to My Daughter. Thank you for inviting me into your ears, your heart, your mind. I hope that you will subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Leave a review if you feel inclined. Most importantly, please remember to share the love. You can find more about me at elisahayes.com. I'll I'll see you next week.